Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Today we had a CPI data report release and we saw that year over year, you probably have heard about it, but I want to still mention it. Year over year, CPI or inflation has decreased, from 6.5 to 6.4%. So 6.5 was the previous month, year over year inflation, and it has reduced to 6.4. However, slightly higher than the market expected. The market forecasted only a 6.2% increase, which means a further reduction from the previous if you compare it to the previous month, but still year over year, which means inflation doesn't reduce as much as the market forecasted, or then forecasts highlighted, which was slightly bearish for crypto. However, we didn't really see too much movement other than a little bit of volatility because the month over month inflation came in basically as forecasted. So month over month CPI, headline CPI, month over month came in 0.5% increase, which is what the market forecasted. However, that is higher than the previous month where we had a 0.1% decline, which overall means that inflation seems to be running a bit hotter again, and it doesn't make it easier that they recently revised the CPI calculation. I think they scaled down the weight of energy, for example. So things are getting a bit tough. It will be interesting how the Fed will react to that. The market saw it, let's say, in a fairly neutral way. We saw a little bit of volatility, then a large green candle on Bitcoin, which was rejected again. So we're going to dive deep into that in this video. But before we dive deeper into the analysis, first a few words about the sponsor of today's Bitcoin video, Chartprime. Chartprime is a service that provides specific TradingView indicators. There are 5 specific and unique indicators that you can only get through Chartprime if you sign up to one of their plans. These are based on quite complex algorithms and formulas and can be helpful in identifying trade setups, which means they can provide additional signals that could support your trading. Indicators can, for example, also be useful to support Elliott Wave counts to give more confidence. Of course, you don't need to apply Elliott Wave to use Chartprime, and the combination of their indicators alone can provide trade setups and signals as well. They currently offer a 30% limited time discount, so if you are interested in this, check it out. Of course, bear in mind that no indicator works 100% of the time. Here's an example of the Bitcoin chart with one of the range indicators. This indicator combines various indicators in itself, so you can adjust it to your needs, but it basically shows your range resistances, different support resistance levels based on different time frames, and it categorizes them based on their relevance. And this indicator provides you with dynamic support and resistance bands to which the price is reacting. And if you're interested in checking it out, make sure that you use the link in the video description and on their website. You can also read through testimonials and you can join their Discord community, which you can join in case you have any questions about how to use those indicators. Okay, so let's first of all remind ourselves where we are here on the 1 hour chart. I mean, sometimes people say I should zoom in because you can't see the chart, but I can't really zoom in much more. I mean, this shows the entire movement. I will always use the highlighter here. This shows the entire movement of November, which is the entire possible impulse that is forming here, where we started with a possible wave 1, which peaked here on the 14th of December, then a wave 2 to the downside. We currently count all of this move to the upside as a wave 3. Then now the movement that we anticipated as a wave 4, it's fantastic that we came down that much. And the move up would then be considered a 5th wave. By the way, as we talk, market seems to be taking off. So we're going to take a look at that in this video. So ideally, we are looking now at some point, now or very shortly, for this 5th wave to the upside, which should take us sort of ideally into the 26K range, maybe even higher, okay? That would be ideal. That would mean from now, from this target area, and I'm going to zoom in a minute, don't worry. Just want to show you the higher level first. So from this target area that we defined, which goes actually all the way down to 20K, we should take off in this 5th wave. This would be based on this particular wave count and would be ideal to consider a very nice and clean and clear impulse. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more again. This is the 4 hour chart starting in June. Now, just want to show you how this all adds up. because then we can say we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a great 5-wave move. Would that mean the bear market low has been in? No, not yet. It is a good indication, but what we really know to highlight that the bear market low has been in is after these 5 waves up, we need 3 waves down. And then we have a wave 1 up and a wave 2 down. And that is really when you can say, okay, if then wave 2 support will hold, which I'm going to give you when we get the wave 1 peak, yeah, then if this holds, this will first of all be a great long-term entry, plus it will probably highlight bear market low has been made in November, and it will be probably the last best entry before we rock in a bull run and reach 40, 50, maybe 60k and more. Okay, because after that we should see a wave 3 that will take us way beyond recent highs. And then also I would confirm that the bear market has been completed. Yeah. Until then, we still have significant downside risk, because all of this could just be an A, B, C expanded flat, and the 5 waves up in themselves will not help us. Yeah, because it could just be a C wave, which is an impulse as well. So we need those 3 waves down. Yeah, if we get 5 down, then the bear market continues and we will see the 13 to 14k region. Okay, so that's ideal now that we get this 5th wave. Yeah, that's what could be traded this week, and we talked about that all of last week, or end of last week. I started to talk about it really, that we probably get some really good opportunities this week. Low risk, high reward trades. Yeah, a lot of coins entered their support areas and already left them again. Many are still in their support areas. Some never reached them, but the ones that did reach them, we have, and for some had, really good reward to risk trades that were possible, and for some still are possible. But I do highlight that always in the individual videos. Bitcoin here as well, but Bitcoin only barely touched or even missed by a few dollars my target area, unfortunately. That's why I didn't enter Bitcoin, but I did enter Ethereum. So, you know, you always have your own plan, you know. Still, though, I highlighted this week we are going to have some really good trading opportunities on the long side, and so far this is playing out. Because we made a low this week and we have since rallied. Just be aware of those low risk, high reward opportunities, because that's in the end what you're looking for as a trader, yeah, or as an investor. Okay, what is the alternative? So the alternative is that we don't rally in a 5th wave now, but that we are only rallying in a B wave and will eventually come down in C, because what's possible, and we already talked about that in previous videos, that actually we've got something like this, yeah, so that the wave 3 was actually already in, the wave 4 as well, and the wave 5 as well. Yeah, I highlighted something similar in Ethereum's video. So this 5 wave move up can be counted like this as well. It's not my favorite count, but it's possible. And then we would already be in the wave 2. However, also here the support area is and was relevant, because we could say the recent low was an A wave. We're now moving up in a B wave and would come down in a C wave. And then anybody who already entered Bitcoin, again, I didn't, because we didn't come low enough for me to consider it. And maybe we will still make a new low in here, which is currently what I'd like to see, because we never reached the target, but we'll get to that. You know, the B wave can be traded and you can move up your stop loss. So these are the 2 possibilities we have. From a strategic point of view, Bitcoin wasn't that clear for me, because we'd never really entered the target area, because we missed it by a few dollars. And even if we miss it by a few dollars, you know, I'd rather trade what looks good, like Ethereum did, and that's now also in profit. Okay, but these are sort of the key scenarios. Either we are going to rally in a 5th wave, or we are going to get here this B wave up. Obviously provided that we've already made a local low, because if we haven't, then we can still max out this yellow area before we start that rally in either a B wave or a wave 5. So hopefully that's clear now that we've looked at this bigger picture. Now let's zoom in and let's go to the 1 hour chart and we talk about options. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's talk about options, so make it a bit larger. And first of all, maybe just to talk about this movement of the high. Yeah. So I'm currently counting it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. This could theoretically be complete. Yeah. Yesterday we talked about it. We had 5 waves down. When you had 5 waves down in wave 5, we needed to be ready that this could turn around. It did that so far, but not in an impulsive way. I could count it as an impulse. at least the beginning, but it can be rather counted as a diagonal at the moment. But let's get first of all to this move down. So first of all, ABC, you could say it was complete. At least we completed the minimum requirements. I did highlight that in yesterday's video. I can't remember if I did that in the previous video here today as well, but we did fulfill all the minimum requirements for this drop. Yeah, I highlighted that in the video when I said that Bitcoin's wave 5 made it below the third wave. Yeah, so what we eventually wanted to see here was that, let me just move that, this low here, this low had to go below this low, which it did. This is the minimum requirement. You can see where the target area began at around 21,340 and Bitcoin reached 21,370. So came really close. Plus we had 5 waves down in the subwave and we made it lower than the previous low. That is usually, you know, and we broke out of this wedge pattern we talked about. So different things and indicators here that we could expect a bit of upside. Now, it did so far move up, and there are different ways of how this move up can be counted. You know, maybe it will be a diagonal as shown here. That's not reliable at this stage, okay? So let me take that off just because it could be a lot what's happening here. What I want to highlight in this video is that, yes, you know, this could now rally in one of these two scenarios, but we still have downside risk. Why do we still have downside risk? Because the move up currently looks corrective. It's not yet, and also on Ethereum, yeah. Ethereum, I am also highlighting, we don't have a complete impulse yet. So this looks very much corrective, and we didn't break out above 22,260. So in the current situation, we still have the risk that this could be the fourth wave here, and that will then come down in a fifth wave afterwards. Yeah. The reason is that this resistance area is defined based on the retracements of the third wave, and these are relevant targets for the fourth wave. So as you can see here, didn't draw it very accurately now, but this is typically what you do see, or what you see, and what you no, chose the wrong 1 second. Need to do it like that. Yeah, exactly. So what you look for in a wave 4. I mean, when we came up here to on Sunday, yeah, we reached a 38.2 fib. Got rejected. So the wave 4 could have finished here, but it could also be that we get an extended fourth wave. Yeah, I did highlight that a couple of days ago, I think. Did say that if we go up, be aware it could just be an extended fourth wave. So that's sort of still a risk. But for now, obviously, upside pressure is there, yeah? Upside pressure. It's just that we need to be a bit careful on days like these where we have that much volatility due to CPI. Yeah, I'm skeptical. I mean, this could just be here a wave 4. There is another count where we still could get another low, which is why I'm very much aware that we could still get another low. And the other count is that we had a W, we had an X, and this is now a Y wave. And in the Y wave, we had here an A wave. This is now a B, and we will come down in a C wave later. So different possibilities, okay, are still there. Again, I didn't enter Bitcoin, so I can't really talk about strategy here. I don't know if you entered. If you did enter here somewhere where we highlighted, okay, you know, we're impossibly breaking out, and then you might want to adjust your stop loss now. Move it into profit, because the downside risk at the current state is still there, especially as long as we don't break out impulsively above 22,260. If we break above that level, action would strongly suggest that we are rallying higher in either a B wave or a wave 5. Preferred would be the wave 5 scenario, yeah? And this is sort of where we currently are with Bitcoin. These are the different scenarios and the different possibilities. Is it, you know, would I go long now? Absolutely not. We're just below resistance. I'm not a breakout trader anyway, and I wouldn't chase green candles, okay? And I think today's green candle shows again how chasing green candles can be so dangerous, because I'm 100% sure a lot of people jumped onto the FOMO train here, leveraged up or whatever, and then got shaken out when it got rejected. So have your plan, you know. For me, therefore, those pullback trading areas are always very attractive. But again, I didn't enter Bitcoin, at least not yet. If we come down deeper into the yellow area, I will probably, yeah? Depending on what the subwave structure says. But yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin at the moment. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.